than a speeding bullet. Motive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman.
Michael Jordan may not be Superman, but don't try to tell that to the Philadelphia 76ers. Jordan has proven to be a man of steel, leaping over defenders in a single bound and flexing muscles more powerful than even the toughest Sixer defenders. Philly is frustrated, bewildered, and searching for a kryptonite solution to slow Jordan down. With Chicago leading the series 2-0, the Sixers can't let another chance for victory slip through their fingers. Chicago series. The Bulls won both games in Chicago. This is game 3, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist, Rick, to know that if Chicago wins tonight, Philadelphia's in deep trouble.
Yeah, they might have some difficulties, Skip. I mean, first of all, only 4 teams have ever come back from a 2-game deficit. If they lose this one, it could be serious problems for them. However, if they are going to win this game, for certain, Charles Barkley has got to shoot the basketball more than 11 times. That's all the shots he took in game number 2. He was really no factor in the second half with only 2 points. And to add to the problem here, Derek Smith, who didn't play in the first 2 games, isn't even dressed for the game tonight. They also got to get some production off their bench. In game 2, they had 9 points from Ron Anderson. That was it.
Before the game, we asked Jim Lynam a question. The question was, how do you stop Michael Jordan? And he really didn't have an answer.
Well, I have no particular solution to that. It's, you know, he's the leading scorer in this league. I think you try to contain him as best you can. You pick your spots to double team him, try to take it out of his hands. But I think we can survive and win the game if we can. More important, I think, than maybe how many points he gets is what kind of a percentage he shoots.
That was Jim Lynam. Bad news for Chicago and for Scottie Pippen. Sorry to report that Scottie lost his father yesterday. The team chartered a plane, flew him to Arkansas yesterday, flew him in here today. You don't know how that will affect him, but you know he's playing with a very heavy heart.
I'm certain that he is, Skip. I think that it could be a situation where Scottie may very well dedicate the remaining games in the playoffs to his dad's memory, and that could make him even more unstoppable than he has. But he has caused a lot of problems for the Philadelphia 76ers. Jimmy Lynam saying that it was Scottie Pippen breaking down their half-court defense that really concerned them just as much as Michael Jordan. And in Jimmy talking about the percentages, hey, Chicago's shooting 50% against them. They have got to improve their defense to win this ball game.
So here we go. We're about to have at it, back with the starting lineups, then the play-by-play story. All that coming up right after this.
The Bulls and the Sixers from the Spectrum in Philadelphia in a moment. Hello, I'm Craig Sager. Before we tip off tonight's playoff game, here's a quick review of last night. First in the East, where the Detroit Pistons took advantage of James Edwards' career playoff high and 5 3-pointers from Isaiah Thomas to defeat the Knicks 104-97. For Edwards and the Pistons, it's now on to New York.
They came through in the Boston series at home, and basically what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to play much harder in their building than we did at home.
The Pistons have won 12 playoff games in a row. The record is 13, a mark Detroit will be shooting for Saturday. The Lakers dominated the Suns last night, but Phoenix leaves L.A. with a split and the home court advantage now on their side. Meanwhile, the Spurs won at home after losing the first two at Portland. San Antonio never trailed in the game. Rookie David Robinson received the Schick Pivotal Player Award before the game, led the Spurs with 28. San Antonio takes Game 3, 121-98. Robinson obviously more confident being at home.
That's why we were so disappointed in Portland, because we felt like we could come out there and play well and get at least one of those games and possibly two, and we were really disappointed with ourselves. And, you know, here, it's just a matter of coming out and executing and doing what we need to do. But we feel like if we play well, we're going to win. If we come out and do the things we're capable of, we're going to win no matter what they do.
6 Lakers scored in double figures, topped by James Worthy's 27 as L.A. evened the series with Phoenix with a 124-100 win. And coming up at halftime, Suns coach Cotton Fitzsimmons. He'll join us live from Phoenix on the eve of game number 3. But up next, Michael Jordan and the Bulls against Charles Barkley and the Sixers from the Spectrum in Philadelphia.
The 1990 NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Miller Lite, official sponsor of the NBA. When it's Miller Lite, less filling really tastes great. By Acura Legend and Integra, precision-crafted performance exclusively at your Acura dealer. And by The Pump by Reebok. Pump it up.
Okay, we're about ready to go from Philadelphia. They've darkened the building, as you can see, and have the spotlights on, just like they do it in Chicago Stadium. And here's the way the lineups will go for the game. Grant, Pippen, Cartwright, those are the horses Phil Jackson has ridden all year. And he's ridden a long way with them. Percy Hawkins a key to the series. Rick Mahorn did not play well at all in game 2. They need a big game off the boards from him. And as Rick so aptly pointed out, more than 11 shots from Charles Barkley. Joe Crawford, Hugh Hollins, and a look at Bennett Salvatore. Those are the 3 officials assigned to the game. Crawford will throw it up, and we sincerely hope that you'll enjoy the broadcast.
That's nice. Charles Barkley, I think, went up and gave his condolences to Scottie Pippen just prior to getting ready here for the ball game.
And here we go. Philadelphia wins the draw. Johnny Dawkins out of Duke against John Paxson. Barkley into the lane. Jaminski nowhere near. Rebound by Barkley. Up he goes. No good. Jaminski. 2-0 the score. Paxson heads the other way. Grant from 18 ties the game 2-2. Dawkins. Now Barkley. Jaminski drops it off to Barkley. Dawkins with 10 on the shot clock. Jaminski has his pocket picked by Jordan. He stepped on the line.
Well, right away, Charles Barkley showing that he's going to establish himself where he is so dominant on those offensive boards as he goes back up strong, isn't able to get it back over the rim, but Jaminski right on the spot to get the first 2 for Philadelphia. But you can see what's happening, the same thing in the first 2 games. Skip double teaming Barkley almost immediately when he catches the ball, trying to force him to give it up and make the other players be the ones to have to beat them.
Barkley will trigger it in. 7 on the shot clock. Dawkins stolen away by Scottie Pippen. Pippen front court, 1-on-4. Wisely slows it down. Paxson rims it. Jaminski the rebound. Dawkins to Jaminski. Percy Hawkins with the ball. Hawkins can't shoot it. Mahorn fumbles it away. He goes to the deck. Throws it away. Wild scramble. Over and back. Ball goes to Chicago. 2-2 our score. 10:40 remaining first quarter. Pippen inbounds it to Paxson. Grant played loosely by Mahorn. Jordan finds Pippen. He thought about it. Now he does it. It's short. Rebound. Pippen gets it from Barkley. 22 on the shot clock. Chicago starts over. Still 2-2. We've played a minute 45 seconds. Jordan into the lane, into the air. What a shot. It's 4-2. Dawkins heads the other way. The loss of Derek Smith, a big one for Philadelphia. They're not real deep anyway. Mahorn from 16 shot at 15. Barkley. He missed it. He made it. It's 4-4. And a 20-second timeout is called early by Chicago. It comes with 9:44 left in the quarter.
Good timeout there by Phil Jackson. First, let's watch Michael Jordan again as he tells him to clear out the floor. He's going to make a quick move to his left. Just blows by Hawkins. The hole is shut off. But look at the great body control. Shot that actually on the way down with tremendous touch. Then down the other end, we're going to see Johnny Dawkins. Little hesitation, moving the dribble. He makes the penetration, kicks it outside to Mahorn, who misses. But there's Barkley coming in, and that's why the timeout was called. You see that Barkley, with the second effort, gets the basket. Phil Jackson saying, hey, wait a second. Somebody better start screening Charles off the glass. He's already gotten 2 offensive rebounds early in this game.
Coming into this game in the first 2 and the turnovers, Philadelphia 29, Chicago just 18. So that's something to look for as the night progresses. Pippen, 6-4, Chicago. 9.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Barry and Carey with you again, this time from the Spectrum. Barkley. Double punch, lets her rip. Won't go. Rebound. He got that somehow. Great effort by Barkley. Percy Hawkins. Boy, the fans in a frenzy here early. 6-6 our score. Pippen. No. Rebound. Cartwright. Coxon with it.
Well, the crowd is reacting, Skip. You think this is the last minute of the game.
Michael. He missed. And so down for the rebound. A foul on Chicago. Horace Grant. And a technical foul on Phil Jackson.
Phil took that intentionally. He had something to say about the call. He said, call on the same thing. Give us a call down the other end the same way. You can see what he's pointing. That's exactly what he's trying to get across to the officials. Say, hey, if you're not calling it down the other end, don't call it down here. And he's referenced to Charles Barkley getting his offensive boards, banging people. I think as a coach and as a player, Skip, that's probably the one thing that you would hope to have every time you go out in the court, and that's consistency. You'll watch on the replay. Here comes from behind. Grant looked like he had the ball, but he did make some body contact on the angle that we had. But again, Phil Jackson just saying, hey, that's fine. That was a foul. But down the other end, give us that call also.
Philadelphia has the lead for the first time. It's 7-6. Davinsky in tight. Who walked? Ball goes back to Chicago.
He also pushed off to get the pass.
8.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Cartwright. Nope. Jaminski the rebound. Dawkins in control. Down low. Barkley against the double team. No. Rebound. Jaminski knocked away, out of bounds. Philadelphia's ball.
Well, not a good sign right here for Chicago. The number of offensive rebounds they're giving up here early in the ball game.
6-2 is the edge for Philly. Blocked by Jordan, steal by Jordan. Foul by Dawkins.
Well, if the Bulls are going to win this, they're going to have to play some good defense on Barkley. They did a pretty good job, obviously, in game number 2, especially in the second half. They want to control the tempo, slow it down, so not get into a running game here at home with Philly where they're really tough, and try to contend with this home court emotion we're talking about, not only on the part of the players, but on the part of the fans.
And score more points than the other.
That always helps.
Dawkins the other way. Gets the 9-6 Philadelphia. Chicago brings it up. to Paxson. 8 on the shot clock. Pippen goes base. Barkley checks it. He throws it away. Percy, Hawkins, Dawkins, Hawkins. 7 straight Philadelphia points. Timeout, Chicago. Timeout on the floor with 7 to, well, they don't call it. Jordan's across the line. Now they get the timeout. 11-6 Philadelphia. We'll be back.
Well, you win basketball games with defense. Here's Charles Barkley knocking away from Scottie Pippen into the hands of Dawkins, and he's off to the races. They want to get an up-tempo game. This is one way to get an up-tempo game in easy hoops as Dawkins lays it in. Now some good defense against Pippen once again. Left corner of your screen. He tries to go baseline. He's shut off by Barkley. They kick it out. He doesn't throw it to anyone but Percy Hawkins. Hawkins to Dawkins. Back to Hawkins, and he'll blow right by Michael. 2 good defensive plays, 2 easy hoops, and a 5-point lead for Philadelphia.
And 7 straight Philadelphia points. 7:05 remaining, first quarter. John Paxson, front court. Jordan. In and out. Rebound. Philadelphia. So here come the Sixers. Remember, they built a 16-point lead the other night, Wednesday night in Chicago, yet lost. Mahorn with his runner. Good. 7-point game, 9 in a row. Chicago just 3 of 9 from the field. Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen with it. Cartwright backs in. Can't shoot. And a whistle. 3-second violation of charge. Chicago can't do anything right.
Take a look at Barkley in the last play. Look at Charles trying to loosen up, getting those legs going. Charles he's a piece of work. I tell you, you never know what to expect from Charles.
Chicago has turned the ball over 3 times in their last 4 trips down the floor. Jaminsky back for Mahorn. He saves it. Finds Hawkins. In and out. But there's Barkley. Hawkins again for 3. Yes. He was shooting just 37% in the series. 16-6. Horace Grant gets the layup. That quiets the crowd for just a moment. Dawkins against Paxson. Jaminsky all alone. Yes. They're getting open shots and they're burying them. 18-8 with 5:10. They double Jordan. No surprise. Grant in the pivot. Jordan for 3. No. Michael off to a slow start. Here comes Barkley. Hawkins. What a block by Jordan. Recover Barkley. And the foul. A 12-point game.
Well, this is they're afraid of. They didn't want to have Charles Barkley be able to get this type of play. Nice move as he dished it off over the back. No foul called by Grant. But look at the strength of Barkley and the determination on his part as he draws the foul. Yet another offensive rebound. And this is an inspired Philadelphia basketball team. We talked about the emotion. And I think you're getting a good example of just how difficult it is to play here in the Spectrum.
Barkley, 7 rebounds, 6 of them off the offensive board. 20-8. 4:35 left. Scottie Pippen missed a dunk and a foul. Ron Anderson is checked into the game for Philadelphia.
That's Charles come in from the left side. You see how he got pushed down. Let's talk about Anderson. And I'll tell you, Charles didn't even make a play. He knew he wasn't going to get the ball. I guarantee you, he meant to take a hard, tough foul. Those are the kind of plays I think the officials should call a 2-shot foul and the ball out of bounds, because that was not the kind of basketball that you need to see. Charles had no chance to get the ball, and he wasn't even worried about getting the ball. He was going to make sure that he got Pippen good and made him think twice about coming in there again.
It's 20-10. Philadelphia with the lead and the ball. Dawkins in control. Philly has out-rebounded the Bulls 11-3. Hawkins against Jordan. Gets a Jaminski pick. Has it knocked away, but yet another foul. Don Paxson.
Well, we talked about the keys to the Bulls. For the Sixers, they have to control their turnovers. Done a good job here actually causing some more turnovers. Play up tempo, and boy, they're sure doing that. And then their half-court D trying to control Pippen. You saw a good example of what a nice job they did on that when we showed that replay when Pippen wound up throwing the ball away, and they got the Hawkins and Dawkins two-man break.
And score at least one more point than your opponent at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody who's managed to win without accomplishing that.
That's why I wonder why we put up those keys to winning. The only key is to score at least one more point.
Well, we're trying to talk about how you attempt to do that.
Oh. Inside stuff. Hawkins makes them both. It's 22-10.
Certainly nothing requiring brain surgery.
Paxson across the line. Scottie Pippen with the ball. Ed Neely is checked into the Chicago lineup. Jordan fakes. Starts his move. Out of control. He travels. Great defense by Hersey Hawkins.
This is just great defense on the part of Hawkins. Didn't get faked out of position. Look how he kept his body on him. Stayed right with Michael, and Michael just lost control of his body balance.
Meanwhile, back at the game, Anderson heads into the lane and a foul. Second foul on Pippen. Grant back in as Pippen goes out.
The big thing now, will the Sixers be able to maintain this type of play emotionally? I mean, they've come out sky high. See if they flatten out or not.
Barkley against Neely. Can't shoot it. Jaminski's open. Jaminski with 6. Hawkins with 10. 14-point lead. Jaminski got to that. Dawkins up the floor. 16-point lead. Chicago's going to call another timeout. Listen to these people. They are going bananas here. In the quarter. Barkley for 3. No. Rebound Brooks. Hawkins for 3. Yes. He has 13. So he's lighting Michael up tonight. At least so far. 31 seconds. King against Cook. Philadelphia has it again.
Going to get a delay of game warning. Watch to see if Adidas is in charge. I think it is. He had position. He had moved forward, and Scotty just banged into him. Pretty good call.
Philadelphia will doubtless play for the final shot. They lead by 19. They'll have to shoot it with a second and a half left. You see the time remaining in the period. 7 to shoot. Brooks won't go. Rebound. Quarter. Well, it's still got a second.
24-second violation is what they're claiming here. Saying that Scott Brooks' shot didn't touch anything.
1.2 seconds left. 33-14 the score.
19, Charlie! 19,
Now, Bennett Salvatore is at the scorer's table. Now they're going to change it to 2.3 seconds. The Bulls are just 5 of 15 from the field in the quarter. And it comes to Pippen. He'll get away a semi-decent shot. But he misses. And after one, it's all Philadelphia. They lead it 33-14. Well, Chicago was breezing right along here early. They led 7-6 just over 3 minutes into the period. Since then, it's been 27-7 Philadelphia. And they lead it 33-14. It's Thornton, Barkley, Anderson, Hawkins, and Scott Brooks against Armstrong, Hodgins, King, Pippen, and Grant. Jordan gets a red. Armstrong. Philadelphia trying to blow it open right here. They've pretty well blown it open already. Barkley down low. Fakes. Walk.
But again, you see where Charles is getting the ball, Skip. I mean, he gets the ball in that close to the basket, and it just is so difficult to stop it.
Pippen tried to set a pick, but Armstrong dribbling the ball ran into it. That's not quite the way that's supposed to go. Grant. Yes.
Obviously, right now, the Bulls a bit out of sync. They haven't got anybody really with a hot hand, turning the ball over. Meanwhile, we'll see if the Sixers' emotion kind of slackens a bit here in this second period.
Well, if it does, don't blame their fans, for they are rabid. Armstrong out of the pack with the ball. Pippen. Ball Brooks.
Nice play on the part of B.J. Armstrong as he takes it up the middle. The good bounce pass to Pippen on the wing. And Brooks had the ball at first, and then he slipped off and caught Pippen on the arm.
So Scotty shoots two. Pippen has 4 points in the early going. Scott's father's funeral, we understand, is going to be Monday, and they'll decide after the game, or Scott will, whether he'll fly back to Arkansas tomorrow. Brooks gets across the line to the front court. Into the lane. Finds Hawkins. In and out. Barkley. No. Barkley. No. And a foul.
Charles talking some stuff there to Horace Grant. Let's just watch how he works in the boards as we get the long shot from the outside. Look how he just worked to keep that ball alive, kind of push Grant underneath with his strength, able to draw the foul on the opportunity going back to the basket.
10:45 left in the half. 33-18 is still the score. Barkley has one more. Craig Hodges heads up the floor. The Bulls need one guy to get hot. Anybody. Pippen. Threw it away. 3-on-1 break. Barkley. Hawkins. 15 for Hawkins.
Charles also knows that kind of a pass will get the crowd right back into it as well. Done a good job on Pippen. He's made 2 plays, very poor passes as he got shut off going baseline.
King. Barkley again. His 9th rebound. Oh, what a pass. Blocked away by Pippen.
That should have been goaltending.
No call, but it should have been.
Let's watch Charles again as he pulls up here. He's going to make the real nice pass to Anderson, cutting underneath. Excellent play. He goes up for the shot. Well, from that angle, it looked like Pippen made a pretty good play on it, but certainly he was shooting the ball on the downward path. But officials made the call, and that's the way it stands.
Cartwright in, Grant out.
Philadelphia's killing Chicago on the board. 16 second chance points to 2 for the Bulls.
You eliminate those, and it's anybody's game. Brooks, the 2, in and out. Pippen the rebound. B.J. Armstrong handles the ball. 9:45 left in the half. Armstrong. King didn't react to the pass. It goes out of bounds.
Well, King was still worried about getting position with his body, moving his man out, and the pass, when he started to move backwards, the pass came to where he was prior to his moving his body.
Mahorn back in the game. Shifts his jumper. It's a 20-point game. 38-18. Armstrong works against Brooks. Pippen up top. 8 on the shot clock. Pippen 2-4-2. Got none. King kept it alive. Mahorn the rebound. Brooks rushes it up the floor. Hawkins.
Philly's doing everything they needed to be doing in this game to come away with the victory, and they're just dominating in all phases.
As we go away, listen to this crowd. Why, as we look at our Acura leaders, does the top name not surprise me?
I tell you, Skip.
Did you win the game?
I don't even remember, to be honest, to tell you the truth. But, you know, I tell you, it takes a lot of, you know, it's not easy to get 48 shots up. I mean, that takes a lot of work.
Yes, it does.
Well, let's look. Here we go. We just watched some more Philadelphia domination here. This time it's Mahorn. Nobody coming down to double him, and he makes a nice little fadeaway. And then we've seen just a great number of these plays. This time it's Brooks off to Hersey Hawkins as he's able to finish on the other end of a fast break, and Philadelphia dominating in that area, dominating on the offensive boards, causing turnovers for the Chicago Bulls. Just playing an outstanding basketball game right now in all phases. Look at what happened in the rebounding games. Here, this is tonight, 19-8. 10 on the offensive, and here's games 1 and 2. You can see what a difference there as the Bulls, much the superior team in those 2 games, especially game number 2.
Michael Jordan back in the game. Can't get a shot up. Greg Hodges with it. Jordan played by Mahorn. Hodges. Armstrong. Nope. Brooks the rebound. That won't go for Anderson. Rebound Hodges. Down low, King spins by Mahorn, gets the hoop.
See, now the Bulls don't have any choice but to play a little bit more up-tempo to try and get some of these points back. And they start playing slow down all the time, and then they'll never have a chance to get back in this one.
Jordan playing it forward in this particular Chicago set. Hersey Hawkins works against the smaller Craig Hodges. 6 on the shot clock. That won't go for Mahorn, but Kaminsky the rebound. 3-on-2, Chicago break. Ball. Brooks takes the foul, prevents the basket, and Stacey King.
You know, it's almost like Philadelphia amongst themselves as a team now, Skip, have a rule that nobody's going to come in here and take an uncontested layup. I mean, look what he does. He just comes in here and just totally grabs onto him. Didn't even make a play on the ball. I think that play stinks. That play has got to be eliminated from pro basketball. The official should call a 2-shot foul intentional and give the team the ball out of bounds. Do something to prevent those type of plays. That's not good basketball.
Because somebody eventually is
going to get hurt.
King makes the first. Dawkins in. Brooks up. King tries again. He has his 4th point. Here comes Philadelphia. Dawkins in control against B.J. Armstrong. Up top it comes to Hersey Hawkins. Hawkins into the lane. Has it knocked away. Out of there, Jaminski fumbles it, gets it back. 3 on the shot clock. Dawkins knows it. At the buzzer. He missed it. Rebound, Jordan. Ahead to Armstrong. Jordan saves an errant pass. He's 2 for 8, Michael is, in the game tonight. Deflected away out of bounds. Still belongs to Chicago. 9 on the shot clock. Here comes Barkley. But nobody's come out, have they?
Yeah, now Anderson's finally going out. Charles never did tell anybody who he was coming in for.
Hodges leaves, and Chicago goes back to a bigger lineup now that Barkley's back in the game. 7 minutes remaining in the half. Jordan fades and fires. He's 2 out of 9. Here comes Barkley. Great pass.
That's what Phil Jackson was worried about. He didn't want Barkley getting rebounds and going down the court leading the break. He was afraid of what that could do for the team and for the crowd.
He hangs in the air so long when he takes off, Barkley does, and then makes the pass as he's coming down. Foul, Jaminski reaching it.
As a coach, you don't like to see that because you really don't want to get yourself caught up in the air because sometimes you don't have anything to do with it. Now watch Charles as he goes up in the air. See, he almost made a mistake and came down with traveling that play. He was fortunate to be able to get it off. You really should stay down on the court.
B.J. Armstrong, they've got Jordan posted. And he throws it away. Dawkins with Barkley. Barkley and a foul. He's just too strong. Armstrong tried to prevent the basket. He ran right through the tackle.
You called it, Skip. I mean, this is just superior strength. Here's Michael as he tries to get inside. Some real good defense, and he kicks it out like Pippen had done right into the hands of a 76er. Dawkins with a nice pass. See, he tried to grab on, but he didn't get the left hand. He grabbed the right arm, and Charles with the left hand was able to just go up and shoot it. Pulled right away from the grasp of Armstrong.
45-22. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, Barkley. 23-point game. Grant. Been Grant's tune here tonight, but he's had a lot of company. His team's playing very poorly. No foul is called, and Armstrong will get an easy basket. 45-24 with 5:50.
Let me say something about that play as opposed to the Brooks play. If the man's down on the ground, you try to just grab him with 2 hands. It's one thing. When he's in the air and you go up and you try and whack him, that's another. When he's in the air, that's dangerous.
Barkley for Anderson, perfectly done. 47-24. 5th Barkley assist. Jaminski intercepts. Barkley against Grant. They lead by 25.
I'm impressed by the fact that they can maintain this emotion.
They've got their fans in a frenzy here.
Bulls and the Sixers will continue from the Spectrum in a moment. This is Craig Sager. It's an off night in the Western Conference playoffs, but not for Phoenix Suns coach Cotton Fitzsimmons. He'll be our guest at halftime live from Max's in Phoenix. We'll also have first half highlights and the list of underclassmen heading to the pros. But first, back to Rick Barry and Skip Carey.
No, that's not a misprint there or a graphic error. It is 49-24 with 5:12 left in the second quarter. The 76ers have been outstanding. Charles Barkley came out, set the tone early with his offensive rebounding. Here he is making a terrific lead pass over Michael Jordan to Anderson for an easy 2. And now watch Charles here on this long lead pass as he gets away from Grant and does a little trapeze act as he throws it in and gets this crowd into a frenzy. Look at what Philadelphia has done on the fast break.
Did Craig say that Cotton Fitzsimmons was going to be in that sports bar in Phoenix? I couldn't hear him. Did he?
I think Cotton better be at the guard. I mean, at the arena. The what do they call it?
I'm trying to. They probably check his ID as short as he is. Be that as it may, Pippen will inbound. We can't hear anything here tonight. This place is bedlam. It's great. Paxson out to Cartwright. Scottie Pippen with it to Jordan from 19. Yes.
You know, Skip, I've seen a lot of emotional games over the years. I've played in some and watched others, but I'm just so impressed at how long Philadelphia has maintained this incredible high emotionally. I mean, we've gone almost 20 minutes.
You must have been able to do that playoff game where you put up 48 shots to Kaminsky. 51-26, 4:35 left.
No, I could get 48 up even if I was in a funk.
Yeah. I can't argue with you, Coach. Paxson out to Cartwright. Kaminsky, whoa, what a game he's played. He's been all over the place. Dawkins slows it down as they head to the front court. Kaminsky wants it in the hole. They can't get it to him. Anderson and an offensive foul, I guess. 3-second violation. That's the call against Philadelphia.
That's the first time you blew the whistle.
Don't forget, after the game, Rick will be selecting our Miller Lite player of the game, so stay tuned for that. Paxson.
Maybe we'll let Marty Arnott pick it this time. You know, I mean, he's done such a great job with the stats for us all year long. We'll let him pick the player of the game. Pay attention, Marty.
He can't. He's figuring stuff up.
Yeah, fast break points and offensive rebounding points.
Kaminsky stays. Kaminsky, 10 points, 7 rebounds. 3:25 left in the half. Paxson retreats. Jordan. Michael, 3 out of 10 on the night. 3 out of 11, but a foul. Check it back.
Well, here's Charles Barkley creating more opportunities as he finds the open Kaminsky. Drills another one. Do you think they were going to have Wally shooting at halftime today? Who? Wally, a guy. Wasn't it Wally who shot?
No, I don't think so, Rick. Jordan makes the first entrance. No, I don't think Wally will be here. 53-29 our score. Mahorn picked up his first foul. Took him almost 21 minutes. Here comes Philadelphia. They lead by 23. They double Barkley. Dawkins. Spin it to Hawkins. Great pass. You can't play any better than these guys are playing.
This is like a clinic out here. I mean, they're just doing everything so well.
Paxson at the other end. Barkley hops in. Jordan looks for King. King didn't expect the pass.
Well, usually when Michael goes up like that, he gets his shot off, but the defense was so good that he had to throw it off, and King was trying to go to the offensive boards.
Will Purdue about to check in for Chicago. 12 Chicago turnovers. Kaminsky, 10 on the shot clock. 4-3.
This is amazing.
They lead by 28 points. 2:20 left in the half. Scottie Pippen jumps in, hits the bottom of the rim, but a foul.
Look at Charles just laughing at Horace as he's guarding. Look at Charles. I mean, he's unbelievable, the things that he does out there on the court. He's just having a good old time. I guess when you're up 28, you can do that. And look at a nice penetration move, and finally Mahorn to dunk it in there. Just great execution on the part of the Sixers. And again, the Bulls out of sync on both ends of the court.
Pippen for 2. They've now changed Dawkins' field goal from a 3, which is what they signaled, to a 2. So it's 57-31. I think they finally got it right, but Pippen puts them both down. 57-32 the score. Purdue is in the game. He's out of Vanderbilt. Barkley deflected away, out of bounds. Who's going to get it? Philadelphia. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the half. Somewhere along the line, we'll have to find time to tell you about the Sixers owner Harold Camp's news conference tonight. Barkley, another offensive rebound. 16 points. A 27-point game. Javinsky picks up the foul. Oh, I wouldn't foul these guys now. As bad as they're going and as good as Philadelphia's going. But they lead by 27, so I guess they can do whatever they want.
We're looking at Charles Barkley, 8 offensive rebounds in this ball game, and we're still in the first half.
Dawkins out for a rest. Scott Brooks back in the game. Mahorn comes limping out. Pippen makes one of the two. A minute 47 left. Long inbounds pass. Jordan with that brilliant speed makes the interception. Pippen front court. Michael stops and passes. Yes. He's one of the few players who can turn this kind of game around. 59-35. A minute 20 remaining.
Well, if he does that tonight, this will be one of his major accomplishments ever.
Prior to the shot, a holding foul before Barkley could get the ball up. Stacey King second.
You see King trying to front Barkley. That's a good idea. Keep the ball away from him as they kind of grasp, holding on to him, just grabbing on. That's where the foul finally occurred. We are going to have Cotton Fitzsimmons via satellite.
I don't know if he's in that sports bar though or not. Hawkins, 2 points. 19 for him. That's more than he averaged in the first 2 games. Jordan up the floor, 61-35 is the score. Michael, foul on Barkley.
I see again, I mean, Charles trying to come over to help out. He knew he had no chance on the play. And at least he didn't do anything more than just give him a little left shoulder. Watch this. You're going to watch the left of your screen as Michael makes a nice cross through the legs into the middle penetration. Barkley. But see how he just turned his body to hit him? I mean, that, you know, I mean, he made sure that he hit him. I mean, it's not like he was trying to avoid a foul there.
Ron Anderson is going to try to get into the game. They don't want Barkley to pick up a 3rd foul here in this last 45 seconds. If the clock stops again, Barkley will come out of the game. Ten on the shot clock. You see the time remaining in the half. Brooks dribbles into traffic. And it's bonus time now for Philadelphia. Second foul on Paxson. Did I say bonus again? The penalty used to be the bonus.
Well, that's what you try to hope that you get at the end of the year when you do a good job with the Braves.
Well, there's very little chance of that. You're just bound and determined to take my career right down the tubes in one night, aren't you?
No. I think you've been trying to do that to me tonight.
Brooks gets another one at 63-38. Well, we'll see who wins. The game stands like this.
You do have a new contract, though, don't you?
You can listen to us play Bag the other announcer in the second half. They'll play for the final shot here. But they'll have to shoot it with about 8 seconds left in the quarter. Jordan tries to draw the foul, does, against Anderson. But he missed the shot. He was going for the three-point play.
Well, I'll tell you, we're in the first half, and thump and bump, as they call them here, I guess, having a good time on the bench. And has every reason to feel good about what they're doing right now. It's been just an absolutely awesome display here in the first half on the part of the 76ers on both ends of the court.
Jordan makes the first, tries again.
I was just looking at those shirts that they had in there. Thump is Mahorn and Bump is Barkley.
Things have changed in this league, don't they? Oh, what a tip by King. That makes it a 22-point game, 63-41. Hawkins throws it away, intended for Thornton, and all of a sudden, Philadelphia, that emotional surge beginning to drop.
Yeah, fortunately, there's only 1.2 seconds left, so
he's got a shot to get it away, and he missed. A great first half by Philadelphia. Can't play much better. Craig Sager standing by with all the other NBA news and a visit with Cotton Fitzsimmons. Then we'll be back to Philadelphia.
Halftime Report is being brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the Rock.
It's halftime at the Spectrum with the Philadelphia 76ers leading the Chicago Bulls by 22. Hello again, I'm Craig Sager. Yesterday we announced that John Nash had resigned as general manager of the 76ers, although the official statement was to be delayed until after the playoffs. Nash obviously had differences with owner Harold Katz, and today several writers in Philadelphia accused Katz of interfering with Nash's responsibilities.
Every time that I read that I'm an interfering owner or that I make decisions is so irritating that you have no idea. And I can't believe that you guys who have never run any business in your life would not have an understanding that when somebody invests money, they have the right to make a damn decision. But you people who have never invested one freaking penny can't understand that. And it's just an amazing fact to me that you think a man will have a business worth $100 million and not be involved. You guys are freaking idiots.
Well, if the in-house hassling is a distraction to the team, it certainly hasn't shown so far tonight. The players, the fans came out with the intensity of a Game 7 thump and bump. Rick Mahorn and Charles Barkley. Barkley everywhere in this game so far. First, he has the tough foul on Scottie Pippen. But he has had an excellent first half. 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Meanwhile, the offensive end, Hersey Hawkins with 19 points. And 8 offensive rebounds for Philadelphia in the game, just 3 for the Bulls. Are being out-rebounded 24-11. We continue our coverage of the NBA playoffs on Tuesday. If the Knicks can win at least one of the two this weekend against the Pistons, we'll have a doubleheader with New York and Detroit, followed by a certainty, Phoenix at LA in Game 5. Although the NBA draft is not until June 27th, right here on TNT, underclassmen must decide by midnight Sunday if they want to be eligible. Here's a list that could be MVP candidates for this year. Instead, it's a partial list of those who have left college early in past seasons. But for every Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, and Hakeem Olajuwon, there is a player whose decision backfired. In fact, of the 14 players who entered the draft early a year ago, only 6 were drafted. So far this year, 4 prominent players have given up college eligibility, with a 5th likely. The time apparently is right for Jackson and Higgins, while Liberty and Mustaf are taking their chances. Dennis Scott would like to remain in school, but every NBA coach he talks to says he'll be one of the top 3 picks. The NBA draft is Wednesday, June 27th at 7:30 right here on TNT. We'll also have a draft preview show the previous Sunday. Welcome to Inside the NBA. It was just 2 years ago that the Phoenix Suns were also Rams in the Pacific Division. With a record of 28-54, the Suns finished 34 games behind the Lakers. But since then, Cotton Fitzsimmons has assumed the dual role of director of player personnel and head coach. He now gets the players he wants to coach. And as a result, the Suns have reversed their record from 28-54 to 54-28. And joining us now from the land of the rising suns, Cotton Fitzsimmons. And Cotton, thanks for being with us. And I take it from your dress that you have your own shirt on tonight.
I sure do. We're getting ready to do the Cotton Express for the week.
That must have been pretty interesting to have a different shirt, have to borrow one from the trainer, then have to go up against Pat Riley. who is always so impeccably dressed.
Well, that's absolutely true. I was embarrassed. Pat was embarrassed that I had the shirt on. And I was thinking about starting a new trend, Craig, but I got a call from Don Nelson's attorney, and he was threatening a lawsuit that I might start a new Don Nelson style, and he didn't want any part of it.
Well, you need the tennis shoes for that one, too. Cotton, besides this shirt, what was the difference between Game 1 and Game 2?
Well, I think, first of all, I think the Lakers took us lightly. The Lakers have been beating on the Suns quite regular for quite a few years, and I think they took us lightly. They've won a lot of close games from us the last 2 years in the Forum, and I think they felt like if they could just be there, they would win in the end. Unfortunately, they didn't come up with the play that it would take to win. We got the win. But they came back in Game 2 with fire in their eyes and fire in their nostrils, and they were tough.
Well, here's some scenes from Game 1. Mark West was sensational, 24 points, 18 rebounds, 7 blocks. But in Game 2, he had just 9 points. Tom Chambers had just 9.
Well, I think in Game 1, I think they were concentrating too much on Kevin Johnson and not enough on Mark West. But in Game 2, we made too many mistakes, and the Lakers love a team that makes mistakes because they run off of those mistakes and normally get layups. And James Worthy had a good ball game. He didn't have a real good one in Game 1. So, you know, anytime Worthy gets it turned on in Magic, the actual game started with Magic dribbling the ball the length of the floor, right down the middle, and went in for a shot. He was fouled, but he set the tempo on the first play of the game.
What about your Magic Johnson, Kevin Johnson? He only averaged 10 points in the first 2 games. That's less than half his average. How is he, especially health-wise?
I think he's fine. Kevin has indicated he feels good now. The Lakers are doing a lot of good things on him, and most of them are individual, except in the Game 1, Mark West's man was watching Kevin Johnson. That's why West had the big game. Game 2, Kurt Rambis's man, which was AC Green, was also watching Kevin Johnson. We have to figure out a way to make Rambis more effective in Game 3 if they try the same maneuver.
But Kevin is completely over the flu now?
He's over the flu, tells me he's ready to go. I expect Kevin Johnson to have a big games this weekend here in Phoenix.
Well, you said that in Utah, and he certainly did. Although the series is now even, the home court advantage belongs to the Phoenix Suns. What do you have to do in Games 3 and 4?
Win. You gotta win, because you know when you're playing the Lakers, which I still consider the best team in basketball, they have been in the 80s, starting the 90s now. You're going to have to do everything pretty good in order to win the ball game. So we're going to have to play well, execute, not make a lot of mistakes so they can't run off of those mistakes, stay close, and have a chance to win at the end.
Those outside of Phoenix don't get a chance to see your team very often, but I tell you what they've seen, they are generally very impressed. They like this team. I know you do too. Can it win it all?
It can win it all. It has to have a lot of things going for us. I think the nation knows if we beat the Lakers, it will be the upset of the year. But we feel we can do it. If we'll just take care of our home court now, we will win this series.
Well, you get back to the Cotton Express at Max's, have a good time. We have to send it back to your good buddy Skip Carey, who's at the Spectrum in Philadelphia.
Well, thank you. It looks like Charles Barkley is revved up tonight himself.
I think he is. Thanks a lot, Cotton Fitzsimmons. Now let's go back to Skip Carey and Rick Barry, who are at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, where the 76ers are leading the Bulls by 22. Gentlemen?
Okay, Craig, thank you very much. I don't see what the big deal is. I think Joe Pransky outdresses Cotton Fitzsimmons all the time, don't you?
Yeah, there's no question about that. Yeah, but you were right. Your ears were right. Cotton was at that bar. I thought he should be at practice or something. But, you know, you never know where you can find the Cotton man. But I'll tell you, we know where he found the 76ers right here, ready to play a basketball game. Just take a look at what they accomplished in the first half. 57% shooting, 42 only for Chicago, so they played some tough defense, had the great offense going for themselves. They just destroyed them in the break department, getting 25 points off of fast breaks. Of course, Chicago not really looking to run, but they've got to do a little more of that in the second half to get back. Here's how they got a couple of the breaks. An errant pass. Chicago out of sync most of the first half. Barkley on the end of the long pass. He takes it on in for the easy 2. Got the crowd pumped up with that little trapeze move. And then look at the offensive rebounding. Chicago only 4 for 4 points. 12 for Philadelphia. Barkley with 8 of those 12. 17 points. Here he gets a little push on the long rebound and got away with that one. But watch what happens on this shot. Even though the shot will go in, look at how Barkley managed to get inside and had position again should that shot have not gone in. That's the type of a half it's been. Look at the guard matchup. Michael Jordan had 16 points, but Hawkins has been more than his equal with 19 himself. 7 of 10 in field goals. Did a good job, I thought, in a couple situations, one-on-one defensively. Here he is from Brooks on the end of another fast break for the Philadelphia 76ers. Plus, he shot the ball very well from both three-point range and from two-point range. Skip, he had a heck of a ball game.
Wouldn't you say that what Chicago should do now is try to get back 10 or 12 of them this quarter and then be in striking distance in the fourth?
Yeah, every time when you come out, your coach always would tell you the first 5 minutes of the third quarter are critical. Philadelphia has to come out and try to start this game as if the score were 0-0. Come out, establish themselves playing with the emotion they play with. I don't think they can play with that much emotion. But it is critical for them to come out, not let the Bulls just chip away at them and pick 8-10 points off of this lead to get themselves within striking distance. Again, you don't want to go down the stretch with the Bulls having a chance to beat you because of Michael Jordan.
By the way, very quickly, before the game, Harold Katz held a news conference. Among the things he said was he wanted his general manager back. He thinks he'll come back. And then he really lambasted the news media. He just killed him. We go back to play here. Hawkins blocked away by Jordan.
Michael just showing you why he's one of the top defenders in the league. He just uses great speed to come in from behind and just knock the ball away from Hersey Hawkins. Outstanding effort.
Jordan, the interception. Scottie Pippen almost over and back. Jordan with a knob. Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
63-43 is our score. Dawkins front court. His jumper won't go. Mahorn. Yeah. Paxson hits the other way. Scottie Pippen on the right wing. Cartwright. Charles Barkley with a now. Barkley heads the other way. Dawkins goes to the hole and a foul. It's against Jordan. First team foul. It will go to Barkley on the side of the floor. 65-43, still a 22-point game. Barkley, way short. Paxson, the rebound. Scottie Pippen into the lane, made a great move, missed the shot. Cartwright, the rebound, looks for his first point. Instead, it's Jordan, nobody near him. Nope. Rebound won't go. Deminsky the next. Dawkins heads the other way.
Well, he missed Hawkins on the right.
Pippen with the steal. Pippen heads the other way. Almost walked, backs it up and in. 65-45, an early timeout call by Philadelphia. We'll be back.
The 1990 NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Jeep and Eagle, the official vehicles of the NBA, and by Royal Caribbean. A Royal Caribbean cruise is lots of different vacations in one. Royal Caribbean, it's all here.
65-45 the score, 9:58 remaining.
Well, you know, they say things do get tough out here. Barkley this time gets knocked down as he tried to establish position low down the other end of the court. Scottie Pippen going to make a little spin move here, and he did not walk. He had his left foot as a pivot foot and uses the glass very nicely.
So it's a 20-point game. A lot of time left in the third. 10 minutes. Game 4 of this series will be Sunday afternoon here. CBS will have it for you. Tuesday night, we'll be back in Detroit. Neil, Doug Collins will have that one for you. In game 1 if necessary. And then Phoenix at Los Angeles in game 2.
Well, you'll be back with the Braves.
Yes.
I will be out in Los Angeles.
With who? Pete? Or Ron? Ron Fuller and Rick Perry. We'll do the second game. Dawkins on the right side. Kaminsky had a big first half. He's now 5 out of 7 from the field. Barkley has been magnificent. He drives the foul.
That's what Mahorn is doing to Barkley. I mean, these guys are... There's something else.
They're different.
But watch the basket. You see Cartwright's going to go up into the basket on this next offensive attempt by Barkley. Look at right through. See, he went through the basket into the rim there as the foul was called, and could possibly have called some goaltending there. I mean, they just obviously have a lot of fun with each other. Before the second half started, Barkley was laying on the court with his eyes closed, and Mahorn comes over, takes the basketball, and dropped it from a pretty high spot right into the midsection of Charles, who had his eyes closed, and they just laughed about it. They get along well.
67-45. Michael. Yes.
Michael Jordan.
He has struggled, but he still has 18 points. 67-47 with 9:18 left in the third. Barry and Carey with it from the spectrum. Barkley fumbled away. Pippen with it. Paxson. Good pass. Good. 67-49, and the crowd has quieted down here.
Well, they've only cut 3 points off the lead, but right now, definitely Philadelphia not playing with the emotion they played with in the first half, especially at the start of the ball game.
The crowd tries to get him back into it. Barkley. Hersey Hawkins. Dawkins for 2. He has 10. Michael heads the other way. Cartwright against Kaminsky. Looks for his first points. Foul prior to the shot.
And they could have called an illegal defense on Mahorn, who never left the middle of the paint as his man Grant started to go out high.
69-49 is our score. Pippen with it from about 21. It rattles around, won't go. Rebound, tips to Hawkins. Here comes Philadelphia once again. Barkley. Foul Cartwright.
Well, he got the old paratrooper member there to pay his dues. Unfortunately, the big man fell right on him as he wanted to go up for the dunk. Here you see the nice dish up on the penetration. There's the pump fake, the club member, and he coming down right on top of Charles.
One of the few fouls in the NBA on which there was no argument.
And Charles probably one of the few players his size, as far as height goes, who would be able to maintain his posture standing like that, carrying a guy like Cartwright falling on top of you.
He just shrugged him off. 70-49. They used to call him the round mound of rebound when he was on.
He hated that.
Not anymore, boys. In prime shape. 71-49.
Horace needs to look for that shot a little more. Mahorn tends to back off of him and play off, trying to help out, get to the boards, and Horace can hit that shot, so he should take it more often.
Mahorn works down low against Cartwright.
Yeah, major carry of the ball there that Barkley got away with. You saw Horace Grant perhaps trying to signal to the official that they should have made the call.
7:43 left in our third quarter. Rick Barry, Skip Carey with you from the spectrum. Barkley. He can do it all. 13 rebounds, 20 points, 6 assists.
Yeah, but a different story. He took 12 shots alone in the first half. He only had 11 all of game 2.
Pippen puts it up baseline. That goes. 73-53. Dawkins up the right way. Pippen. Dawkins. Zelinski. Not this time. Rebound Cartwright. Here comes Michael. Jordan down the middle. Drops it off. Grant can't control it. Maybe not a good pass by Jordan, and the ball goes back to Philly.
Not a good pass by Jordan. Exactly.
14 Chicago turnovers. Mahorn out to Jaminski. His long jumper, no, and a whistle and a foul against Philadelphia, battling for the rebound.
There's Barkley with the foul. You see the playoff summary, or Wembley's playoff summary. Pistons going for a record, tying the Lakers for consecutive playoff victories in their game tomorrow.
Paxson with it on the right wing. Jordan from the foul line drops it off. Grant with a left hand. Tough break. Won't go. Rebound. Belongs to Philadelphia. 73-53. 6:05 left. There's the story of the game. Those rebounds for Philly. Dawkins. Cartwright. Knocked loose from him. Recovered by Paxson. Ahead to Pippen. Down low. Paxson lays up and in his second basket. He and Cartwright very quiet. John has 4 points. Bill has none. 5:35 left in the third quarter. An 18-point game. Dawkins through the foul as he missed.
Well, every time Chicago threatens to make a little mini run, the Sixers have something to answer them. They've not got it down to less than, what, 18, I guess.
And Hawkins to the foul line.
Skip.
Rick.
Was it you who said just a moment ago that the story of the game was the rebounds? I thought the story of the game was that the Sixers have 73 and the Bulls 55.
But the game's not over. Oh, that will be the story when the game is over. Free throw is good. Hawkins tries again. Never agree with what producers do, or your career will come to a quick close. 74-55. Point game with 5:25. Speaking of producers, Craig Silver is ours. And Lonnie Dale is our director.
Lonnie GQ Dale.
Away from the ball, a holding foul on Hawkins.
And Hawkins saying, hey, wait a second, he grabbed me on my trunks.
His second team foul.
Horace Grant off the Paxson. 75-57 is the score. Jordan connects from the baseline. He has 22. Barkley. 20-point game again with 4:45. Chicago playing better, but they can't close the gap.
Trading baskets obviously is not going to get the job done.
Pippen, yes. 18-point game again.
Yeah, but this is a different Philadelphia team out here right now, not the team that was riding on such an emotional high in the first half.
You just it's almost impossible.
It's hard. You can't come out. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do that.
Jaminski, tough break for him. Mahorn the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Paxson.
Everybody knows it's important. You talk to yourself, you say, hey, we've got to do it. You realize it, but to get it done is almost impossible. Some
Ron
good
Anderson back in the game. Jaminski out.
Well, G-Man just couldn't get that inside shot to fall. He's going to break and get it back.
Anderson will trigger it in. Jaminski leaves, 10 points, 8 rebounds. Dawkins. Hawkins. That'll be an offensive foul. Paxson drew it.
offensive foul, the Hawkins is third.
Chicago's got a chance to cut into this league because Philly's definitely gone a little flat here.
Pippen works one-on-one against Mahorn. Gives it up to Grant.
Offensive foul on Pippen.
Pippen set a moving pick on Barkley. Third foul on Pippen. He's smiling, but he doesn't mean it, Phil Jackson. Anderson rolls it low. Mahorn is fouled. Barkley plays peacemaker.
Well, you kind of wondered how long it was going to take before something might happen. It's unusual for a game to go by without there being some type of a stare-off at least. Let's watch right in front of us here on our low-angle camera as Mahorn has the ball. He gets Cartwright into that paratrooper club. Now he throws the right elbow, and then Cartwright pushes back. They call it for throwing the elbow.
Well, he is often guilty, but that time I thought Cartwright started the whole thing.
Well, Cartwright came down on him when he was faked out and fouled him. And so you get fouled, you get fouled. But there was no reason for him to have to throw an elbow at Cartwright for the foul. It wasn't a vicious or a malicious type of a foul.
Mahorn goes to the line for two. You don't mind if I disagree, do you?
I don't mind at all.
Cartwright to the bench. Mahorn shoots two. Makes the first, tries again.
I mean, you disagreeing is like me taking 48 shots.
You're right.
Here we get a chance to watch it again. There's the fake. He just kind of barely touched him, and then he just threw it back. It wasn't a vicious elbow, but it was an elbow thrown back.
If I got hit right across the face, I'd fight back too. Jordan up top. He's warming to the task here. Meanwhile, as we argue, it's a 17-point game. 3:15 left, third quarter. Barkley won't go for him. Look at him. Look. He just overpowered the Chicago front line. 24 for Barkley. Jordan, great fake, jumps in, has to give it up, threw it away.
They played some good defense on Michael, but here's Barkley as he goes inside with the spin move. Now watch how he hits the deck, goes right back up because nobody screened him off and gets to two.
Left in the third quarter.
Well, we're trying to find Harold Katz. There he is with his hand right at the screen. He just put his hands up. He got this, it looks like a cigar in his hand. There he is, in the middle of your screen right now, right above the lovely young lady.
Well, he let the media have it. He did his...
You know, that must have happened. I was in the room listening to him. He was very nice, talking about things. And then all of a sudden, I guess after I left, he
Somebody asked him about him interfering with John Nash and running his team too much, and he said, if you had $100 million invested, I'm leaving out many of the words.
Yes.
If you had $100 million invested, you'd be interested too, and you so-and-sos don't have anything invested, and you so-and-sos ought to. And there's, he might just be right.
Yeah, but he pays him back because he never puts any food in the press room, although they did have sandwiches today. Yeah.
Illegal defense is strong. But he says he wants John Nash back, and he says it's, in Mr. Katz's opinion, it's the media and the sports agents who have made John want to go elsewhere. But one of the things John wants to do is represent players. I don't know. Everybody says he's done a great job.
He's got 23. And he's done a great job tonight also. Hersey Hawkins.
It's back to a 21-point game. We are right out the 2-minute period.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 2 minutes.
Barkley. 15th rebound. 1:45 left. 23-point game again. Grant. Pippen. Foul Mahorn. Prevented the basket.
There's Dawkins passing it off to Hersey, who's done an outstanding job. Nice crossover move off the dribble. That's one of the things that you've got to be able to do if you're going to be a premier player in this league as a 2-guard or a 3 player. You've got to be able to shoot off the dribble. And there's a lot of guys who are terrific shooters in this league, but they can't create a shot and shoot off the dribble. Guy thinking about, like talked about down in Miami, Rice, great shooter from outside. He doesn't do enough of that. He's got to learn to be able to do that to create that kind of a shot.
Cartwright out, King in, Mahorn out, Thornton in. And Pippen makes the free throw. 85-64, 90 seconds left in the quarter. Chicago shot 63% in the quarter, and they've gained only 1 point. Anderson into the lane. There he goes. Drew the foul. Good move. He missed the shot, but he made sure he drew the foul.
Yeah, you see, having the ability to have the outside shot opens up the drive. So you got to learn how to put it on the floor and go to the basket. When you do that, a defender must play you honest. If he doesn't, you can take advantage of him one way or another. Here you see him making the move. Now he's got Pippen. He gave him a little fake. He got him coming forward with the body weight, able to drive by him, taking advantage of it. Knowing when the defender was out of position was the key to that play on the part of Anderson, and having the ability to shoot the shot and have the drive. You've got to do that.
Kaminsky in. Barkley out. 24 points, 16 rebounds for Charles. Ten of those rebounds off the offensive plan.
This Philly team, though, is a 6-man offensive team.
King from Grant. 86-66. We're in the closing. Well, you see the time remaining in the quarter. Barry and Terry with you from the Spectrum.
And Hawkins on the court.
Foul Grant. I think I hate to do this, but I think you're right. If they just, every time you took a deliberate foul, made it a 2-shot foul on the ball, it would go away.
Yeah, you see good passing and he cut to the basket. Right up
he
there,
wasn't trying to hurt him, but still, it's a deliberate foul.
Yeah. Especially when the man is in the air. It's one thing if he's down on the court, you grab him before he's up there, but when somebody's airborne, if you don't get him the right way, you can knock him off balance, and somebody can get really severely hurt.
I agree with you.
That's amazing. Let me mark this down. Marty, have you got that, Marty? Mark that down, please. Skip, agree with me.
I need to get back to baseball, get my head straight. Jordan into the lane, lays it up, no good. Anderson hits the other way with 32 seconds. Whoops. Turned out to be a good play by Dawkins.
Well, the long lead pass. Dawkins just couldn't quite get the handle on it. Goes for the save, and Pippen couldn't get the handle either as Dawkins avoids the cameraman who you love to see that close to the court. I happen to agree with you on that.
This is getting
unbelievable. It is.
Dawkins with 8 on the shot clock. Thornton with 5, 4, 3. Hawkins short. 10 in the quarter, and Chicago will get the final shot.
Personal foul by Thornton, his first.
It came with less than a half-second left, so that might not have been the wisest foul of his career.
Yeah, that'd been interesting. King might not have had enough time to actually get the shot off.
That's right, Rick. King shoots two. 87-66. Is about to get into the game for Chicago. It's a 20-point game with a half-second. All they have to do is get the ball inbounds, if they can, and they do, and the quarter is over. At the end of 3, Philadelphia 87, Chicago 67. We'll be back. In the third quarter, Philadelphia was outscored 26-24, but they still lead by 20. And if this keeps up, Charles will be off to the Foxes a little early tonight.
Well, he has his own private Fox now.
Well, I'm in his fox hunting outfit.
Yeah, look at this, what's happening on the boards. So what a difference. And Hawkins holding his own with Michael Jordan, shooting the ball better, actually.
Philadelphia gets it first, up 20. Barkley, Mahorn continue to rest on the Philadelphia bench. Jimmy Lynam has done a heck of a job with this team.
Yeah, they're certainly the surprise team in the NBA this season.
Thornton with the left hand won't go. Had Neely with the rebound.
Guess Phil Jackson going to see if this group can make a run back at him and give him the chance, he'll get Michael back in. Otherwise, he may very well let Michael rest.
From 20, Hodges puts it down. 87-69. Anderson thought about it, didn't do it. Gets into the lane, looks to Kaminsky, can't get him the ball. He gets it now. Anderson, yeah. 89-69. Anderson now with 7. Running one-hander, won't go. Kaminsky the rebound. Outlet Hawkins. What a pass. Anderson blew the layup for the foul on Stacey King.
You're right, Skip. That was a terrific pass on the part of Hersey Hawkins. It had to be exactly on the money to get it past the defender. There you see it from the angle. You couldn't see the defender who was in the way. And the foul from behind. Anderson just shot the ball a little bit too high and hard.
This is called an intentional foul. 2 shots on the ball.
Yeah, no play are saying it's a breakaway. No play on the ball.
Just what Chicago needed. 10:54 left.
And a Sixers basketball.
Well, a good night's sleep. Practice for both teams tomorrow, and they have at it again on Sunday. Hawkins handles a double team. Anderson fires away.
You know, that breakaway, the NBA put that in to try and prevent injuries as well, and so they found another way to come up and hammer guys.
93-69. Pippen will shoot too. Boy, there's a lot of grabbing going on out there.
Thornton is second, team first. There is no basket on the play.
Yeah, things change always in life, and certainly the NBA has changed much for the better, I would have to say. We're talking about some isolated incidents here. Of course, Phil Jackson had a little something to say. He said maybe they make Larry Bird. They ought to make Larry Bird the new coach of Boston.
I wonder who got that job. You think Chris Ford will?
I really don't know, Skip. I don't. Just wait to see what happens. Tough break for Jimmy, who, I mean, that's what Phil felt, that he had done a very good job with that team. But it wasn't his fault that they didn't win in the playoffs.
hits to the front court, over and back. That's right.
Well, is it the ball that has to go over and back, or is it the player? Let's see. He's had possession of the ball. There he is. He's over. I don't see him go back. He never crossed that foot over. It's all right.
I'll agree with you, Rick.
Thank you.
Off it comes to Pippen. Neely from 19 shot at 20 as they battle for the rebound. A foul on Pippen. He leads the ball for Philadelphia assistant Freddie Carter over on the bench. That's 5 fouls on Pippen. Jordan in, Pippen goes out. 10:05 left in the game. Dawkins across the line. Boy, they got some tough hands here. Dawkins up top. Barkley and Scott Brooks about to return. Anderson missed the tip, missed another. Neely the rebound. 93-70. Armstrong almost walked. And gets fouled by Thornton. Thornton is making the maximum use in limited playing time of all 6 of his fouls.
Doing a good job filling out for Mahorn. Filling in for Rick.
Tuesday night, a double dip. Detroit at New York if necessary, and it in all likelihood will be. And then we'll go out west to Phoenix and Los Angeles. Armstrong makes one. Now you start thinking back to game 2 of this series where Philadelphia was up 16, and you watch the way they play tonight, and you really say, wow.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of self-destructed there, but of course out on the road, a little different story. And of course Michael back in the ball game now. Obviously Phil feeling that he might still have a shot at it.
Foul Jordan. Thornton will shoot too.
Obviously Phil has not given up on this ball game because he did bring Michael back in the game without his team making a run.
Thornton has one more. Minutes left. They hit the same spot with both free throws. Armstrong. He'll shoot 2. Barkley the foul. That's 4 on Barkley.
Well, Armstrong going to come in. Charles saying you're not going to come in and get the easy one in here. Again, you see he didn't make a play on the ball.
Armstrong shoots 2. Here comes Mahorn. Let's see who leads. Thornton. So Barkley with the 4 fouls and with 9:28 left stays in the game. With his team up by 20.
And talking how things change. Look at the shorts on the players now. I mean, everybody's got these shorts kind of like those long boxers. It's the kind that boxers used to wear, or do wear. They like them nice and long.
We cover it all for you, folks. Fashion, anything you want.
Might as well.
Barkley front court. Brooks with it now. 9:18 remaining. Brooks. From the glass and in. He has 4. Jordan for 3. Yes. Michael has 28. 95-77.
Probably the least spectacular 28 you may ever see.
Yeah, that's right. That's a great credit to him. Barkley against Ed Neely. Brooks fumbles it away. Out of the pack comes Armstrong against Mahorn. Oh, and he's hit. It was Barkley.
He was in trouble. He had Mahorn on the left, the right, and Barkley on the left. That's got to be a very uncomfortable feeling going to the basket with those two guys alongside you.
Armstrong gets up laughing. He's just lucky to be alive.
I thought he might be getting the old squish player here. They're both of them coming almost, but he got tripped up by Charles coming in from behind. But that would have been interesting had he gone up in the air to see what would have happened if they had just squished him.
He was thumped and bumped. And now they're discussing whether or not it's a breakaway foul, I guess. The foul was on Barkley, I think.
Well, the big question is whether or not Mahorn was in front of him. If Mahorn was in front of him, then it wouldn't be a breakaway because there was a player in front. But Charles certainly did not make a play on the ball. They are going to give him...
They give the foul to Mahorn. That's a break for Philadelphia. It's his fourth.
They gave it to Mahorn?
Yeah.
Sure looked like Charles had tripped him up, didn't it?
I thought so, too. I agree with you, Rick. Armstrong shoots two. He can get it back to 16.
Well, let's just take a look and see who indeed gets him. That's right there. They might have called that little bump there, and then Charles in from behind is the one that really did knock him down to the court.
Yeah, but he got the second foul, so his doesn't count. 16. This is about as close as Chicago's been since the end of the first quarter when they trailed by 19. Jaminski gets it in to Barkley. Brooks. Hawkins, who has just returned. 95-79. Oh, Hawkins almost saved it, but there's B.J. Armstrong. And Jordan and Neely an easy layup. And a makeshift lineup is bringing Chicago back. They're down by 14. We may have a finish yet. Stay with us.
Well, Chicago on a 12-2 run here. They've got it down to 14 points with 8:16 left. It's been back in the first quarter since that happened. Barkley gets double teamed. It just makes a terrible cross-court pass. Trying to be saved by Hersey Hawkins. It's thrown back in right into the hands of the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan then gets it. Makes the nice pass off to Neely for the easy two, and the Sixers call a timeout.
The pressure applied by Chicago has really been effective here. Jaminski can't get the ball inbound. Now he does to Barkley. They double team him. Dawkins to the front court.
In the third quarter of game two, the 76ers turned the ball over 7 times, only got up 13 shots.
Barkley hit by Jordan, and they're going to score it yet.
There's the penetration move by Dawkins causing a problem, and Barkley makes a good move going to the basket. Michael bumps him, and just good body control on the part of Charles Barkley to get a chance for the three-point play. Again, when you're going to pressure, rather than stand out there, Skip, and just throw the ball outside on the cross court and have people playing angles and pick them off, split the double team, penetrate, go inside, you cause more problems and get plays like that.
27 for Barkley, 17-point game. Craig Hodges, yes, a three-pointer. So the three-point play is answered. It's 14 again. Dawkins ahead to Mahorn. Barkley on the way. Back to Mahorn. Won't go for it. Rebound at Neely. Out of there comes Jordan. 3-on-2. He gets by Dawkins. He scores and a foul. And it's about to be an 11-point game.
Michael just makes the good crossover move. Of course, there's the foul as they come over to help him. If you really watch carefully, when Michael makes that move, he carries the ball just a little bit. But I've yet to see that called on him. In fact, he carries the ball a lot.
Mahorn out of the game. Anderson in.
Game 5 of this series will have here on TNT on Wednesday if necessary. I would expect that would be the case.
It's an 11-point game. Jaminski ahead to Barkley on eternity left, 7.5 minutes. Dawkins and a foul on Neely.
See, I would think that this would play into the hands of the Sixers, Skip. When you press a team, the great way to really beat them is to go ahead and attack them. It seems as though the Sixers are reluctant to go ahead and do a lot of attacking, and they're throwing the ball away and not getting into any flow and continuity offensively. And I would think they would like it to be able to go and get that up-tempo game, and that's the way they got their lead, by playing that way. And now you got the guys double teaming, you should be even easier to get to the basket.
99-87. Dawkins seeks his 12th point.
Again, the old deep hole syndrome. I just think the Bulls have dug too deep a hole for themselves to be able to crawl out of it. Although they're certainly capable with a guy like Michael.
Backs up, three-point try. No. Rebound, Barkley again. He dribbles through a double team. Draws the foul, shoots two.
That's what I'm talking about, attacking it. Get through doubles. Go to the basket, get numbers. Put the pressure on the defense. Don't play into their hands.
Timeout, Chicago. 4 fouls on Jordan. Minute as you look at the score of the game, Rick.
Well, the Sixers still shooting up in the high mid-50s. The Bulls have come up from that 42 percentile mark. They were out and closed the gap a bit on the rebounds, but Barkley has been the big key on the offensive boards for the 76ers. But the 76ers have been a little flat here in the second half, and here's Barkley breaking down that double team, and Michael Jordan coming over, picking up the foul. Wisely, Barkley throws it up to the basket to try to get a chance for the 2 free throws. But you just can't fall behind by 27 as the Bulls did with 1:51 left to go in the first half. They trailed 59-32, and it's been a struggle for them ever since.
And they've expended a lot of energy getting back into the game.
That's what happens with the deep hole syndrome. You fall behind. Now you got to use all that energy up to try to get back into it. You get a little close, and then all of a sudden you slide back. You spend more energy. I mean, eventually you run out of gas, especially on the road.
So Barkley to the foul line. The crowd is a roar. Barkley with 27 points. He has had some game.
Well, he started the whole tempo of the ball game. I mean, when he got that first offensive rebound, it's like it set the tone for what was going to happen. Kind of like what Cotton said about Magic and the Lakers last night.
29 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists for Barkley. 15-point lead for Philadelphia. Jordan fakes, hangs in the air, drills it. He's warmed to the task after a slow start. He has 33. Anderson double team backcourt, in trouble, can't unload. Now does to Jaminski. Barkley fouled again by Neely.
But now they're attacking the trapping and the pressing, and they're getting better results.
And they wind up at the foul line. 102-89, 6:33 left.
There's one chink in the armor of Charles Barkley. It would be free throw shooting, I think. He really can work on becoming a better free throw shooter. Shoots in the mid-70s in the regular season, and you know, he really should get up into the 80s.
He shot very well in this series, 21 out of 25, but you're right, he struggled throughout the year. B.J. Armstrong hits for the hole. They spot up Hodges for 3. It's blocked. Dawkins heads the other way. Barkley handles the ball. Anderson, yeah.
That's the way to play. They're playing aggressively offensively instead of tentative like they were when the Bulls made the run at them.
105-89. Armstrong wheels. And can't deal. Neely does. And Hawkins fortunate he wasn't called with a foul. Anderson against the double team in backcourt trouble. Dawkins and a foul on Armstrong. Second on Armstrong.
Hawkins, who's done a good job on both ends of the court tonight. You're going to see the kick out of Hawkins, runs right out and times it beautifully to get a finger on that Craig Hodges shot.
Armstrong's coming along as a player.
I like him. I liked him when I saw him when he was trying out for the Olympic team. In fact, I was surprised that he didn't hang around a little bit longer. Than nice player. You know what? Somebody told me that they knew him when he was back in high school, that he was a little fat guy, chubby. I couldn't believe that.
Here he comes now up the right side. Stops, drew the foul, and goes to the line for two.
And that's a good play. You know, not the type of play that you usually will see a rookie make, giving the good pump fake, getting the paratrooper member, and drawing the foul on Jaminski. You remember Chet Walker from the Bulls, the old Bulls team. I mean, he made a living making that kind of play.
Oh, he was some play. That team they had here with Luke Jackson and Greer and Walker Club.
Billy Cunningham.
Yeah. Free throw good.
Jimmy Lyon taking fault himself for something that obviously he had instructed his team to do.
Bad pass by Barkley. Tried to force something that wasn't there. 5.5 minutes. Jordan for two, just two. Timeout, Philadelphia. It's not over. It's a 12-point game with 5:24 left. 106-94 is our score. Rick, no matter who wins this game, do you think the success that Chicago has had with their pressure will cause them to use it more in Game 4, maybe come out using it?
Well, I think that Phil will have to give it some consideration. It's been very effective, certainly in the third quarter back at home in Game 2. It's been very effective here in the fourth period as well to give them a chance in this ball game. There's still a lot of time left, only trailing by 12, and certainly Philadelphia has gone a bit flat, although they have started to do a better job of attacking, but the pressure's causing them problems. The turnovers are killing them.
It's not over yet. 5:20 left, a 12-point game. And a foul. Again, problems caused by Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be picking up your dribble and doing that and letting guys come and double you. And plus, he didn't have any teammates moving and coming to him to try and give him an opportunity to pass the ball. When you know a trap is coming and double's coming, you as a teammate, Skip, have got to run and give your guy an angle to throw the ball away from where the defenders are. And then the Sixers aren't doing that very well right now.
Dawkins makes the first, tries again. 107-94, 5:15 left. Armstrong heads the other way. 14-point game. Jordan against Hawkins for three. Now they can milk the clock a little bit.
You see the pass, a floater, not a good angle. They just don't do a very good job against the pressure. And if I were Phil, I think I'd give a lot of consideration to that the next game.
Time is called by Hugh Holland, but I don't know why. They're going to make him inbound again. I don't have any idea.
See that lob pass? He had to throw it over a defender. Had Charles moved him, given him an angle, he could have made a good straight hard pass. Michael would have never had that opportunity.
Jaminski finally gets it in. They double him in the corner, but Dawkins wiggles out of the trap. Anderson was alone. They didn't see him. Down low, Barkley saves an errant pass. Anderson. Nope. Jaminski. Nope. Rebound. Chicago. They can move to within either 9 or 10. One pass, getting the basket. Timeout called by Philadelphia, and Chicago has scrapped their way right back into the ballgame.
I deficit for Chicago right now. They've done a great job to get back in this ball game. Michael Jordan been a big factor. Watch the way he oversees the court here and looks things over. Looks away. He saw King going down on the cut. Didn't look that way, so he didn't think the defenders would be watching, and kicks it. Now watch him at better angle. Look, see, he looks over that way. He knew Stacy was going. Now he throws it. The defenders had no idea the pass was coming. Excellent play by Michael Jordan. But I tell you, it's still a long way to go for the Bulls to pull this one out. But what the Sixers have allowed to have happened here is that the Bulls now realize that they can certainly win a basketball game here if they just come out and don't dig a major hole for themselves. I mean, falling 27 behind and getting yourself to this point where you still have a shot at the ball game has done wonders probably for the Bulls' confidence playing here in Philadelphia.
Chicago has outscored them 57-45 in the second half, but it was 63-41 at halftime. Philadelphia. Kaminsky again tries to get it in and does to Barkley. Lob pass. Dawkins.
They got to stop those floaters.
Hawkins goes to the hole. Loses it out of bounds. They're going to give it to Philadelphia. 10 on the shot clock. Well, they're not executing at all, are they?
No, but Hawkins did the right thing, though. He had a chance. Go to the basket.
Another lob pass. Barkley. Great pass. Quick basket. Right Anderson. Another assist for Barkley. 110-98.
It's not like Patrick Ewing standing in there playing defense when you go to the basket.
King with a left-handed hook. That ball goes back to the rebound. And he dribbles out of the mess. Down under the Kaminsky block. Stolen away by Jordan, but he lost it out of bounds. 3:30 left in the game. 110-98. 16 on the shot clock. Hersey Hawkins has been held without a point in the period. They double Barkley. Dawkins fumbles it away, gets the back. Down low Barkley, but a foul prior to any shot.
Well, here Charles finally breaks down the pressure, gets inside, makes a nice pass to Anderson, who cut baseline when his man went to help out. That's what penetration can do for you, Skip. That's why you go to the basket, to create those problems. Then inside, there's Charles with the big defensive rebound for the 76ers, and a chance now to increase the lead a little.
He's 11 of 14 at the foul line tonight. And he has 31. Jordan has 37. Those are pretty good numbers for Barkley. Misses this one. 111-98. Time now. Big enemy in Chicago. 3:15 left. Jordan posts up. Goes baseline. Great pass to Neely. Missed the layup. Rebound. Anderson. Hersey Hawkins with it now. Less than 3 minutes. Ahead to Barkley. Great pass. Kaminsky blew the layup. Rebound by Chicago. Jordan for 3. Yes, sir. Boy, he's safe. He's got 40. He's almost got his average in this series of 42. 111-101. Dawkins desperate in the backcourt. Kaminsky to Anderson. Layup. Good. Kaminsky can't make one, but he made a great pass to give Anderson one. Timeout, Chicago. 2:26 left. It's 113 to 101, but it's a 20-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. Well, you were right. They battled and battled, but it appears that time has run out on them.
Well, they still have time, but, it's just a situation where you just made such a difficult task for yourself. Look at Michael as he makes this nice move to the baseline. Gets a great pass at the Neely, who can't get the layup. What a big basket that could have been for Chicago. And then back down the other end, Barkley makes the nice pass. Kaminsky watched the defender and then didn't realize where he was and had a terrible angle. Couldn't get it to drop. And then Michael comes right back down, and he's going to pull up, and he pulled up and knocked in the three-pointer. And now the 76ers break down the defense. Kaminsky with the good lead pass to Anderson and the easy 2 points.
Chicago has one timeout remaining. Philadelphia has has a timeout and the 20. And here comes Chicago. Dawkins plays him in the back court to make him run a little time. Here goes the man, and he gets two. And Anderson wisely let him have it rather than give him the three-point play he wanted. Dawkins against the double team. Long pass, found his man. Anderson dribbles across the court. Barkley muscles his way in, drew the foul, shoots two. Boy, they could have used a little more of that in this quarter, getting him the ball down low and letting him hack away.
Yeah, if they would have gone ahead and been aggressive like they've been here to maintain this lead. But they were very tentative early on, and Chicago made the game real interesting as a result.
Rick Mahorn checks back in. Jaminski goes up. Barkley seeks his 32nd point. He still does.
There you see where you get the little pressure. Dawkins waiting. Now he picks it up. He got lucky there because he could have kept his dribble. And fortunately, he was able to get the ball to Anderson to break things down a little bit. But you really don't want to pick up the dribble unless it's absolutely imperative.
11 of 17 at the foul line for Barkley. There's still hope for Chicago. We're in the 2-minute period. They go to Jordan Love. He slams it home.
Great pass on the part of the rookie Anderson.
Up it comes to Dawkins. Barkley with it now. Cross court Anderson. 15 on the shot clock. 1:42 in the game. Anderson back up top. Dawkins 8 on the shot clock. Dawkins baseline jumper. No. Over the backboard. Chicago has it back. It's an 8-point game with 1:33.
Obviously, Phil felt this team had a shot at it. He did not give up trailing by all those points.
Chicago's last lead was 7-6. Jordan. Not this time. An air ball. Neely. Yes. 6-point game. Can you believe it? They trailed by 27 on the road. Barkley leaping catch. Anderson with 1:10 left. Mahorn in the pivot. Misses. Rebound Chicago. 1:03 left. Here comes Jordan. Armstrong. Jordan. He lets it go for three. Yeah. Timeout Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game with 54.5 seconds left. Chicago has done this on the road. 22 in the period for Jordan. What a show he's putting on.
22nd timeout being called. And I'll tell you, we talked about the fact that, you know, we'll just watch these replays and you'll see what the Bulls have been able to do here because we've seen them once. It's a good time to watch again on the alley-oop play. But what I said, Michael Jordan would have pulled off one of his greatest accomplishments ever if he helped him get back in. Well, he's doing it right now. This time he misses, but Neely is there to be able to get the easy putback basket. Michael has been phenomenal. I mean, I've seen some great players, Skip, but he is something else. Here he goes and pulls up for the three. Not pull. Look where he is. He's about 2.5 feet behind it, drills it in there and makes it a 3-point game. This has been an incredible performance on the part of Michael Jordan and the Bulls. But the Sixers have really hurt themselves with their inability to handle the pressure of the Bulls.
And Phil Jackson, too, boy, the way he's coached him. Not letting him quit. Dawkins to the front court. Oh, he turned it over. Chicago can tie the game. Neely will inbound it. This is unbelievable. Jordan, 14 of their last 18 points. He gets a pick from Neely. He's in 2-point country. No. Rebound Barkley. He dribbles out of danger in a funnel. 32.5 seconds left. Barkley just missed his last 2 free throws. It isn't over yet.
Dawkins just lost the handle on the ball, and not because of the pressure. He just mishandled the basketball. But here, Michael having to fade away with a little pressure, a little bit long on the shot, and Charles Barkley with the big rebound, foul reaching.
Mahorn about to return. He made it. So now it's 2 possessions for Chicago, unless there's a foul on a 3-point basket attempt. 114-110. long, too tall. Hodges tried to save it. He couldn't do it. Philadelphia has the ball back.
They're going to put the ball in the hands of a good free throw shooter right now. Get Hersey Hawkins to somebody with the ball in his hands.
If they can get it inbounds, it's Anderson. Jordan wants to foul him and finally does. No, they call it kick ball. So they have it back with a new 24-second clock and 22 seconds left in the game.
And the Bulls have to foul, but again, get the ball into the hands of the good free throw shooter here. Not Charles.
They'll foul him right off.
He double dribbled.
And the ball goes back to Chicago.
They called a foul.
Oh, no, they called a foul.
Wow. It looked like he had maybe
so
double dribbled the ball or did something with it. We'll have to take a look and see if we can pick it up. Here he goes. Oh, there's the push. And there he picked it up and did it. But the push came before he actually picked the ball up and double dribbled.
Neely took the foul is what happened, and Barkley to the foul line.
See, I don't think that's... Why give the ball to a guy who's having all those problems at the free throw line? Put the ball in the hands of a good free throw shooter.
Because they're having a terrible time getting the ball inbounds to anybody, I guess.
I know, but Charles could have given it back up. Run and get it out of his hands. I mean, if you're a good free throw shooter, get the ball.
He makes it. It's a 5-point game. Now even a 4-point play can't tie him up. Less than 19 seconds left. 33 points, 20 rebounds for Sochoro. Now Neely and Mahorn talk it over. Inbounds Jordan. Three-pointer. Not this time. Neely had it, lost it, got it back. Hodges for three. No. Jordan. He has 49 points. 7 seconds left. Hawkins is fouled. It's a 4-point game. If he makes one, it's all over. Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like Philadelphia's going to win the game, but Chicago's going to walk out of here feeling disgusted with their first half, but knowing they've got a chance in this building.
Well, they did do a great job. Here was an opportunity they had on that long pass by BJ and wasn't able to be saved by Hodges, and that really hurt their chances. They still had a great opportunity at that point to still pull this game out. But Skip, again, it made it exciting. It was great and fun to watch, but the deep hole syndrome jumped up again and came through. I'm telling you, it's incredible how often that's on the road. You just can't fall that far behind and expect to come back and win ball games very often.
That's Hawkins' first point of the period. He has 26. Remember, Chicago in the last minute had a chance to tie. They were down just 3. Down to the deck go Mahorn and Neely as the basket. The free throw is good. What's all this about?
It's a timeout.
Timeout, Chicago. 5.5 seconds left. It's 118-112. We'll be back.
Philadelphia on their way to winning their first game in this series. But boy, I tell you, they made it hard for themselves after leading by 27 with about a little over a minute to go in the first half. And Michael trying to get a three-pointer, but the game clock you see there on the screen ticking down, and they just couldn't get the shots to fall when they really needed them. As the rest of the team looks on anxiously, they made a great run at it, but again, they just dug too deep a hole for themselves to really crawl out of it.
Marty, how many shots did Jordan take tonight? Is he anywhere near Rick's record?
I don't think so.
You and Wilt, huh? That's amazing.
I think actually, the game that I took all those shots, I didn't really shoot a very good percentage. But
no, he's just at 33, 19 out of 33, and he started out 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
So he has come a long way.
16 for 23.
He was 5 out of 12 at halftime. 5.5 seconds left. 6-point game. Neely will inbound. Jordan, can he do it again? No. That's your game. Anderson will hold it. Ball game over. Philadelphia got a tremendous scare, but they win the game. 118-112. It's a 2-1 series, and we'll be back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending tonight's game on